Boy, do I have a treat for you guys. We are going to be seeing a new NES emulator that can actually convert the games into a three-dimensional game, and it looks amazing. In this video, I'm going to show you guys a little bit of a teaser, so sit back, relax, and enjoy. This is Steve from Restalgia, and let's get started. Alright guys, so the emulator is actually called 3D Sen, and you may be familiar with it. There was a release of this exact emulator for the VR system. So if you've got a VR system, you could have downloaded this emulator and played a select handful of NES games, and it essentially converted the game into almost like a three-dimensional plane where you could kind of look around in VR and see the actual screen. Now what we're going to see is the developers actually extended that into a standalone emulator for PC, and it's fantastic. It's not available yet, and there isn't a specific date that it is coming, but I can tell you that it is really awesome, and it has really come quite a long way since the developer initially announced it. Now he goes by Geod, and his company is Geod Studios, so I'm going to leave all the pertinent information in the description down below. This is going to be more or less just a teaser video to show you guys kind of what it is and how well it runs. So the first thing I'm going to do is we're just going to go ahead and get this thing opened up. Now I do want to mention this is still absolutely in beta, and there's still tons of bugs, lots of things to be worked out. Not everything is 100%, so please do keep that in mind. Now, in terms of what we've got here, we've actually got access to about 22 or 23 games. And like I said, this says that there's 3 different pages. There's not. When you click on page 2 and then you click on page 3 repeats page 2. Like I said, there's a ton of bugs. This is still in fairly early beta. We've got games like Adventure Island, Chip 'n Dale Rescue Ranger, Dr. Mario, Donkey Kong, Legend of Zelda. We've even got things like PacMan, Mega Man 1, Tetris, Super Mario Bros. We've got a ton of the really awesome games here, and there's also a list of games that he's working on, and I think that list is about 65, 66 games deep now. So keep in mind, by the time that this is actually released for purchase, we are going to have quite a few options. Now the nice thing about this is that you don't need any special ROM. You can go ahead and grab any of your NES ROMs, and that's all you need to load. So for example, if I were to open up Mario Bros, it actually just gives you the option to open up a directory and just grab whatever ROM you have that's associated with it. Now keep in mind, the games are optimized in its internal database, so you can't click on Mario Bros and then select Adventure Island 3, for example. You're not going to end up with a working product. Now before I go ahead and just show you guys all the demo stuff, I am going to talk a little bit about the settings in here, and what's nice about this is it's automatically configured to take gamepad support. So as you can see, when you open it up, it's going to automatically default to keyboard, but you can actually do a drop down and grab gamepad, and I currently have a PS4 controller connected in, and it's automatically pre-mapped. Now one thing I do want to mention is you may want to change the menu button. I think the menu button is currently set to circle, and that can kind of get annoying, but we're not going to get too much into changing settings because again, this is just a teaser show-off video. But in terms of the way that it actually works, it'll take the base ROM and it essentially splits up the game into many layers and allows for those layers to actually be visible in the gameplay experience. And another really cool thing in terms of the controllers is that you can actually control the camera with the right analog stick on your controller. So when you use that, you can actually pan around the actual gameplay field, and I'll definitely show that off with all the games that I demo. So I'm not going to waste any more time. I'm just going to show you guys a bunch of different games that we've got going on here. Definitely sit back, watch it, because some of the games look really, really incredible, and I think this is going to be something a lot of people should be excited for. So let's go ahead and jump on into it. And that's pretty much all I've got for you guys. Again, I'm going to leave all the links in the description down below. It is really, really cool being able to access this stuff, and it's definitely something that allows you to really relive some of those old games in a completely new experience. Very big shout out to Geod and all the great work that he's doing. I'm communicating very closely with him, and even if I run into a small problem, he's very quick to work on a fix for me, so it's awesome to see how dedicated he is to this project. I'll leave some links down below where you guys can follow the project and make sure that you guys are staying up to date so that way you know when this is actually going to be released. That's all I've got for you guys. Please consider subscribing to the channel, give the video a thumbs up or a thumbs down, and let me know in the comment section below what you guys thought of the way that this emulator runs. Thank you so very much for watching, and I'll talk to you guys again real soon.